we couldn't be more excited to be bringing you this week's edition of the Horror Debate.
Ooh.
I am Jeff Rowdy Jake here, and alongside me, as always, Michael Mandy.
And this week, we are debating another one of the After Dark films.
I'm debating if I'm going to watch any more of these things.
And this year's batch of 8 films to die for. And this week, we're doing Borderland.
Borderland. Wasn't that a Madonna song, like back in the day?
I think it was Borderline.
Oh, close enough.
Anyways, Borderland, directed by Zev Berman, and starring Ryder Strong, who you probably remember from the other 8 film to die for.
You wrote her strong?
No. No.
What happened?
No.
No, back up. Tell me the whole story.
His name's Ryder Strong.
Oh.
And
what
Sean,
a name that is. Is the dad trying to tell him something?
I guess. I
Yeah,
don't know.
son, Ryder Strong.
Yep. I guess it was advice.
That's what I was going to say.
Is that my name or advice, Dad? Yeah. Ryder, and also had Rowdy in it.
Rowdy!
Sean Astin.
Freaking Rowdy.
Yeah, or Samwise Gamgee.
Oh, whatever.
Sam.
Rowdy.
Yeah,
Rowdy.
Rowdy.
I can't stand that accent, dude.
Sam.
You want to do those 2 little Lord of the Rings guys? Step on them. Both of them.
Sean Astin was in this, too. What are we looking at here, Jeff? Talk to me about this
Well,
movie, because
you know
I
what?
don't want to think about
This
it.
is like a commercial to travel to Mexico, dude. I mean, after seeing this, I just want to hop on the car, and go, dude. I mean, this is good stuff, right?
Yeah.
We have some ex-Marines.
No, they were not ex-Marines. I think they just said that.
You sure?
Yeah, you expect
He had the haircut.
No.
The one guy had the haircut.
That guy was too young to be a Marine. Come on. And the other guy was too much of a
Oh, so
goof.
he's just going to bust out and say they're ex-Marines for no reason?
Well, yeah, because they were in Mexico. They were thinking they were all big and tough.
Oh, so they were trying to, promote themselves up to be an ex-Marine.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Mm-hmm. Well, the one guy did. He kind of looked too sleazy to be a Marine anyway, right?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, you got these 3 dudes, right? And they're going down to Mexico to party, right?
Mm-hmm.
And little do they know that down there's this group of the cartel who was practicing all this Santeria stuff, and they're going to abduct these guys or people or whoever, gringos, and they are going to do the rituals, which is a lot of screaming, a lot of torture, a lot of pain,
Yeah,
right?
something about I want you to scream, and that'll make me more invincible.
Yeah.
Something to that effect.
Yeah, and so it's kind of like, hosteristas.
Yeah.
Is kind of what I called this movie,
Yeah, the first
right?
half hour of this was Hostel, and then it turned into Touristas, and then at the end...
Hosteristas.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
telling you, that's what it is. I mean, we ran the whole gamut here, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
So, we started off really good.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
It started off, the first 5 minutes of this flick started off really good.
Oh, the first 5 minutes. Okay.
I said started. I didn't say,
Started.
hey, Mike, in the middle of this movie got really good. Did I say that? No, I said it started off good.
Yeah, the first 5 minutes.
First 5 minutes started off very promising, although we did have to read the movie,
Yeah, the first 5 minutes are all in Spanish.
which I wasn't thrilled about.
No, because you don't like to read.
I don't read movies.
No.
I watch movies. I experience movies. I don't want to read the freaking script. That's their job. They got paid.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
So then after the credits roll, after the first 5 minutes, then the movie turns into the first hour of Hostel. I mean, it's just these guys down in Mexico looking,
Literally, we took
looking
out
to
the
score.
disc, put in the first hour Hostel. No, that's what
Yeah.
we thought.
3 guys down in Mexico looking to score, do dope, and have a good time.
Face down in Cabo, baby.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Huh? So anyway,
Ugh.
what'd you think of the acting in this thing, man? What'd you think of the 3 guys? Let's start with them. We got to analyze this one deep.
and
Wait.
also
We
these
got to
3
analyze
guys-
this one deep because I can see you loving this flick. I can see you sitting there just loving on this flick. Every time you breathe, you go, ugh.
Well, it's just the movie was boring.
Okay, let's start at the beginning. What'd you think of the actors?
The actors were all extras from Party of 5.
Extras from Party of 5. That's how you're going to
3
categorize
guys.
these folks.
One guy even looked like Bailey.
No, we had one guy looking like what's-his-face from A History of Violence.
Vigo.
Vigo. One dude
Yeah.
looked dead on like Vigo.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
And he was probably the most convincing actor of the 3 gringos.
It's too bad he didn't meet up with Sean Astin's character in this. They could have had a party.
That's right. Lord of the Rings reunion,
Exactly.
Right. So anyway, but they were pretty good overall, right? I mean, well, the one guy was.
They were all right.
They were okay. They satisfied the roles, right?
Yeah.
They did pretty well.
Problem was the roles were boring.
No, the movie was boring.
The movie was boring.
The movie was boring.
Yeah.
But I think
The movie was boring, so you didn't care about the actors or the characters.
You have to like take these kind of movies because they're trying to tell you like this story, and they're taking too long to do it, and we're kind of looking at each other like, come on, let's get to it, right? But Hostel did the same thing.
Right.
So this is the formula of the torture flick.
Yep. Well, that's what this wanted to be, a torture flick.
It didn't want to be, it was. But what I'm saying is that's the formula.
Right.
Okay, so if you've seen Hostel, you're going to kind of follow the same pacing pattern here.
Or Turistas.
Yeah. Hosteristas, I'm telling you. I kind of dug it in a way, a little bit. Because it did follow the formula, but it took it a little bit off to the left.
This is south. This is Mexico.
Well, yeah, to the left, around the bend. Past the gas station, but... And then you got the main character, the main villain, Too Much Head.
Marco Bacuzzi.
Too Much Head. My wife called him
bald.
Too Much Head.
This guy is bald, but he's pretty intense looking. But the
Cranium.
Thing is, the top of his head is too big for his eyebrows down, and but he was a real intense bad guy. This guy should be the next Bond villain.
He would have been a good villain in a Steven Seagal movie.
Yeah, exactly. This guy Marco, man, you got to cast him in something else, guys. He has
that's one ugly dude, man.
Yes, but he's creepy. He's
like E.T. from Mexico.
They should have made him Lex Luthor in the Superman film.
Oh, jeez. He's like, he's a top heavy. He's walking around, his neck can't hold up his
top
freaking
heavy,
head.
But he's creepy looking. And he's got these big eyebrow
deep
lines.
sunken dark eyes.
Yeah, he's creepy looking.
Man,
Marco Bacuzzi. He's the only thing I found worth watching in this.
Marco Jacuzzi?
Yeah, Bacuzzi.
Bacuzzi.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, we're talking about acting here. We're doing pretty good so far, right? We've got decent actors in the flick. Decent. We're good. We're good. Come on, admit it, Mike. We're decent.
The best
acting.
part of the movie was the bad guy who didn't say a word.
Let me just say this, okay? What do you think of the gore factor in this flick?
There wasn't much gore, but just a quick shot of like a knife
disturbing imagery.
Yeah, there was a few disturbing. That was all right. There should have been a lot more of it.
Right. And again, it followed the same pattern.
Very few and far between.
You pick the body part that's going to hurt the worst, torture it. You know what I'm saying? Like the Achilles tendon.
But it wasn't really a torture. It was just like...
What? Well, he was trying to get the guy to scream.
Scene.
He was trying to get the guy to scream to make himself more powerful or something along those lines.
Mr. Fire on his tattoo, tattoo fire on his butt cheeks.
So it took a long time to get where we were going. Mm-hmm. It took a long time to even get kind of decided where we were going. Mm-hmm. Okay? But overall, I don't think we can pan this flick as a bomb. I thought that it was actually pretty well constructed.
I thought the only thing worth watching in this movie is the first 5 minutes and the last 20 minutes. Everything in the middle.
You have the attention span of a gnat. Do you know that? You really do. For being all this hubbo jumbo, I've seen every movie under the freaking sun.
Mister,
you have the attention span of a gnat.
Tooth and Nail was too talky for you, but I found that fine.
No, see,
the pacing's wrong.
This had me a little hooked because it was a dark kind of supernatural kind of thing trying to go on.
There's nothing supernatural.
Well,
in this
that's
film.
what they were trying to do. Santeria's not supernatural.
Well, there was no special effects in here of
I'm
smoke.
not talking about the ghost from the chick from Nightmare Man coming up.
Exactly.
I'm not talking about
supernatural.
That. All Santeria is supernatural.
Well, they think it's supernatural. All it was a chopped off goat head.
But that's what they're trying to do. What do you think he's making him scream for to become more powerful? What are you plugging a cable in? Come on, dude. It's a supernatural vibe. There was an episode of the first 48, as a matter of fact, that handled Santeria, and it hooked me because they explained it kind of in detail as to what these people are doing. And it is a supernatural vibe. I mean, you're not seeing ghosts and things happen and
that's
pick
what
up
I mean by a
supernatural around.
Exactly, that's what I mean by supernatural vibe.
Yeah.
Not seeing someone chop the head off a goat. Oh, supernatural.
No. That was cool though when they replaced the chick's head with the goat head, right?
Yeah, that was interesting.
That was kind of cool.
It wasn't bad.
Some stupid mistakes by some of the characters though. This is one of those movies where you almost want to reach through the screen, take their little chicken necks, shake them a little bit, and say, "Hey, come on now." What are you thinking?
Yeah.
If you're running from somebody who's got a machete,
who said they're going to kill you tonight,
and you're going to run out the door after you've headbutted the dude.
So he's on the ground.
He's on the ground bleeding.
You run past him, out the door.
You run outside, you stop, and you look around.
Take in the scenery.
You take in the scenery, and then you run some more. And what did he do?
fall down and look at the bodies on the ground.
Yeah, well, he
The body
tripped.
parts.
Granted, he tripped. He fell down. Notice there was a chick's legs hanging out of the ground.
So let's stop and study them for
We're
a
going to
minute.
stop, get freaked out, look around a little bit, right? Then he's going to start running again. He runs into Keith Richards on a horse.
Who's chasing after him.
I mean, the guy looked tore up. That's why we're calling him Keith Richards. Who has a lasso.
Oh, don't forget, he decides to stop the passing by truck, who could be from the
Could
bad
be, yeah,
guys.
right there next to the house.
Hey,
Could be
what
a
are you
bad
doing out
guy.
here? You know?
You know?
And so that killed more time. And then when Keith Richards is chasing after you on a horse and he's got this lasso over his head, let's run in a straight line along
So
the
he
dirt
can lasso
path. So
me.
yeah.
What is going on with
Come on.
that? Okay, there was a lot of that in this movie where I wanted to reach through the screen, dude. A lot of it. But like I said, I didn't mind it all so much. I think you minded it more than I did.
I minded it.
You were bored.
Very.
I could tell.
Very.
You know, normally it's me that picks up the laptop and starts surfing,
Exactly.
right?
I even asked you. You want me to get your laptop now?
Yeah, but this one for some reason didn't do that to me. I wasn't all that. I mean, I was a little bored, but I wasn't all that bored. You know, I wasn't like the board where I'm going, all right, open up a picture-in-picture on the 70-inch screen. Let's play some Xbox.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't there. I wasn't quite there yet. So, you know, I'm going to give it props for that. I'm also going to give it props for the cinematography. Okay? I thought the cinematography was pretty good. It was one of the higher quality DVDs of the 8 Films to Die For as far as visually and audio-wise. A lot of stuff going on in the surround channels. Good clarity, good color saturation. It looked nice. Now somebody said while we were watching, they said, "Oh, look at the shaky camera," and that's
And
right
it was not me.
and that's right up your alley, right?
Yeah,
so
it
I'm
was
like,
not
well,
me.
Where's Mike Jr., right? I mean, what's going on with that, right? So, and of course, she was in your family that said it, so it runs in the gene line, I'm sure.
I guess.
But I'm telling you, dude, the camera was pretty good. When it was shaky was when there was like something going on, you know, when there was some actual action happening, you know. And in that case, it wasn't like a Halloween shaky. It was just a little, you know, like, you know, I need some food shaky. You know, that kind of thing, you know. It wasn't bad at all. And I thought it looked actually really good.
Actually, I thought Sean Astin did a pretty good job.
He
You
did.
know, he played a sweaty
The
guy.
dirty, nasty,
the dirty, sweaty guy.
Larry the Cable Guy looking.
Yeah, he was Larry the Cable guy.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, what's going on? We're gonna kill you tonight. All
What,
right,
what,
you
what
cool
he
with
keep
that?
calling him?
All right,
What did he keep calling him? What was the line? He kept calling him some name. What was it?
home style.
Yeah, home style. You know, like I said, man, I don't think this was the best of the 8 films, but I don't think it was the worst either. I mean, we've seen a lot worse.
Yeah.
So I think this is probably like my 4th favorite.
Out of 16.
Out of this 8.
Okay.
Out of this 8. I
Okay.
think there was some in the original batch that was probably just as good or better than this.
So how many stars are you giving it, Jeff?
You know what? I'm going to give this a 2. The reason I'm going to give it a 2 is it's a 2. No. No, the reason
Because it's not a 3.
That's right. No, the reason I'm going to give it a 2 is I was a little bored. You're absolutely right about that. I wasn't as bored as you, but I was a little bored. It took too long to get to where we were going. I was a little frustrated with the characters in the movie. Of course, that's part of being in the horror movie genre. You're going to get frustrated with some of the characters because they got to do stupid stuff. Otherwise, nobody's going to get killed, right? So, you know, I'm thinking this is probably still, though, around a 2-star film for pacing. You know, the gore, that wasn't really gore, but it was disturbing imagery enough to get it past a 1. I'm sticking with 2.
All right, I'm giving it a 1 just because I thought that Mr. Top Heavy Bald Head, what did we call him again?
Too much head.
Mr. Too Much Head.
TMH.
Marco, Too Much Head. He was cool. He was cool.
Hey, he was very cool.
He was cool.
That's a villain for you.
Yeah, he's
That's
good
a villain for you.
The rest of the film I could pass, but Too Much Head was a
So,
good dude.
but what was your main complaint? It wasn't the pacing?
It was boring.
It was just boring
It
to
was
you.
just boring.
You didn't care if these guys lived or died.
I did not.
You didn't care if their Mexican chicks lived or died.
I did not.
You didn't care whether Keith Richards could lasso the guy running. You, I mean, you
Didn't care
at
about
all.
anybody.
Okay.
Nobody.
All right.
Except Marco. If he was going to get his head chopped off or something, I would go, ooh, too bad.
Did you see that bullet pass through his head?
Yeah, that was cool.
You know, TMH, you know, too much head. The bullet comes in, took 2 pounds right off the top.
Yeah, that was
you know,
cool.
out of like a 30-pound melon, dude. I mean, gone.
So.
You know, okay.
1 star.
I'm giving it 2.
All right, I'm Michael Mandy. He's Rowdy Jeff. We will talk to you next week when we debate another film at the Horror Debate.